drop that I won 2 games in a row with versus Henderlisk. But now, wow, going really aggro, actually building the bunker on the high ground. This seems uncharacteristic for Neeb.
Yeah, it does. Very, very much so. A couple of links coming out. This bunker could finish. It's very short rush distance. Yeah, it should, because there's a Reaper now to defend it. This is an odd opening, certainly, from him.
This is the sort of positioning that, even though it seems unusual, the bunker grants guaranteed high ground vision and a point of harassment. Anything that goes to assault it, the Reaper can always pop up or down the low ground.
Yeah, and that's absolutely wonderful for him. So Neeb's going to pick away at this. He's even got the SCV to tank a little bit of damage as well, which is nice. But in reality, how much damage does this really do?
You know, this is the sort of play where it mainly does indirect damage. Oh, never mind. I love this follow-up from Neeb. He goes for the Hellions as fast as possible. I mean, right now, losing one of those Reapers is a tremendous deal.
Yeah, that's pretty big. If we kept both of those alive, that would have been wonderful. But right now, it's just going to pick away. And of course, you've got to bear in mind that Zerg units do regenerate very slowly. So you can't really just pick the Queen apart.
But this is really bad news right now for Ghostly User.
Okay.
Because look at what Neeb's done. He's moved all the way around. He sees exactly what's up. Oh, he salvaged the bunker.
And now he leaves.
Well, I kind of like the idea of leaving the bunker up because you get the guaranteed vision on the high ground, and your Hellions are really close to finishing up. Wow, Neeb's going super aggressive, and there's the armory. He's going to be following up with Hellbats. It looks like it'll be something like Stim plus Hellbats, but could be Marauder Hellbat push. I mean, regardless, it's going to be very fast and very aggro.
Yeah, it's funky. There's no question about that. And maybe that's what he needed. Honestly, that standard opening from him just got obliterated by Ling Baneling. Neeb doesn't seem like the kind of guy that likes to build tanks, and when he does, he doesn't do all that well with them. I mean, we only really saw it in TBT, but I would say Drunken Boy's tank play was much, much better than Neeb's. So it doesn't seem like a unit he's all that comfortable with.
2 kills on that Reaper. Neeb controlling it reasonably well, trying to do a lot of damage. Are the Hellions moving out yet? No, he just has the 2 rallied at the front. I feel like Neeb could get, a little bit more in the face with the Hellions right away. Combine those with the Reaper.
Hellbat's now on the way, and he is going to build a Marauder as well, so he's going to have Hellions. He's obviously not researching transformation servos because, well, 1, he doesn't have a tech lab on these things, so that wouldn't work, and 2, that's a terrible upgrade, no one builds it. But it comes down to now the fact that he has both Hellions and Hellbats. It's a lot of splash. Like, against Pureling style, that should be pretty effective.
Yeah, this is going to be amazing against the Zerglings, and in the off chance that there are some roaches, no big deal. Got the Marauders up. The Stim is a rather unusual timing to throw on top of that without any extra barracks, but there's Ghostly User. He knows that Hellbats are coming, and Ghostly User's going to counterattack at the perfect time.
Oh man, that wall is not complete. Neeb has got to finish that wall, otherwise Lings are going to get in.
Oh, no.
They are right
in. He needs the lift. He needs the lift.
Lift,
oh, he's going to get surrounded. He needs the lift, or they're going to walk right up into the main. Neeb, no, look out, Neeb. Oh, losing all those units. Finally lifting up.
Oh. That was brutal. His entire natural just got gutted there. That is really nasty. He's lifted now, but there's not much behind it. The Hellbats are about to pop out. The 3rd base is under threat here, but there's not a lot of damage overall output here because he didn't get out there with the rest of his units. So he's taking down drones here and there, but he hasn't done as much damage as his opponent. The Lings are now coming into position as well. Now, obviously, Neeb can get into a good spot here, but these Hellbats are already damaged.
Yeah, and they don't stack up damage-wise as well as regular Hellions do. Wow.
That was a
and even with all that said, look at that damage output, TB. Holy cow, Hellbats do a lot.
Yeah, that was good, but it didn't kill the 3rd, and it certainly didn't really deny a lot of mining time either. And if that Ling run by hadn't happened, that push would have been an entirely different beast. But Neeb allowed it to happen, unfortunately. He did not wall off against it, and he ended up in a really tough spot. So his natural's been gutted. He's lost a lot of workers already. It's 11 workers killed to 5. Ghostly User is now, without question, ahead. So where do you go from here if you Neeb?
Well, it's kind of funny to note that actually Ghostly User has more units lost than Neeb, but yet Ghostly User is doubling the mineral count, or the mineral income almost, is about to be doubling the gas income. Neeb in this situation really just has to do exactly what he's doing. Get out a lot of Marines, a lot of medevacs. I actually think that he should not be giving this starport the reactor. He should be giving a barracks the reactor. so we can begin catching up on the Marine count. You don't need 2 medevacs right away. You're probably going to be building the medevacs one at a time effectively anyways, but I think that just sticking with the normal plan, trying to get your 2-2 first. I mean, it's basically going to be sitting until he has like 150 or so supply for need.
Yep, I would certainly think so. But it's difficult now. It really is. He's behind in almost every possible aspect of the game. And if he tries to drop harassment, I don't know. Creep spread's looking really good on both sides here for Gosu User. He's looking very comfortable with himself. Setting a couple of links around the side just to check. Is there a third base? Nope. Okay. It's probably because I damaged him so heavily he won't be able to build one for a while. CC is being built now. And we could see exactly the same style here from Gosu User. We've got the Baneling speed coming in. He could just hammer his opponent down with Baneling hit after Baneling hit.
Oh, second drop coming in. Looks like, I mean, targeting Lings is actually a pretty good option if you have Hellbats. As long as you don't lose them. Ah!
That was unfortunate. Neeb's kind of falling apart here. His micro is usually a bit better than that, but losing both the Hellbats, really, there was really no good reason to do that. Now he wants to, of course, get out of there, or at least save the medevac, but unable to stop the creep spread on both sides. Unable to deny the 4th base. This drop comes in. And hopefully he'll get the pickup on this one, because obviously this Hellbat's going to do great. They kill a lot of Lings, do really, really well there. Now he's going to go into the base.
No, go home, go home, go home, Neeb. Go, no, go.
Rock in a hard place. Rock in a hard place.
Oh gosh, that was terrifying. I mean, you just... I just love the MVP mantra, which is you're not trying to do damage, you're trying not to receive damage. So these little drops, like the one that's happening at the left base, are fantastic. They're doing damage. And most importantly, don't lose any units.
Gosu User just suicided like his entire Ling army into that. There was no... That wasn't going to do anything. He did it without Banelings as well. Now the Banelings come in one at a time. Gosu User's kind of throwing this, but here come the Banelings. There's the quick liftoff, and he didn't kill that base as well. So he's now dropping units to try and kill a bunch of these Banelings. But like Neeb did a really good job there, I think.
Yeah, I think Neeb is doing exactly what he needs to do. He still has to stay focused on the real goal, the big push with around 150 supply. I mean, no matter what, that's going to be pretty strong. Your opponent should not have his Hive tech up, will not be ahead of you in upgrades, might be even with you, but definitely will not be ahead. So this is still a winnable position for Neeb, but I mean, Ghost User opened with that defense so strong. But I mean, Totalbiscuit, I think like what you're saying is the most pertinent thing. Ghost User keeps doing these very odd sacrifices of large sums of units in these games where he's ahead.
Yeah, he has been doing that. And this time is probably the most extreme example I've ever seen. Running Lings up against double Hellbat and Marine backup in a corner? Under no circumstances should he be doing that. He didn't wait for his Banelings. I guess he just said, you know what, it's not that important. If I maintain 4 bases, good lord, that is a lot of Banelings. But he expended a huge amount to do that. That was, what, 20, 30 Banelings he threw away then? He didn't even kill the full army? I don't know about that.
Yeah, I mean, if this was all that Neeb had, might be... Oh, no! If he gets SCP kills, it's going to be an entirely different story.
He's splitting as best he can. He's split pretty well, honestly. It's probably the best he could have expected in that situation.
It's close. It's really close. Neeb needs to wall off that top side.
Yeah.
There's the 3 additional barracks. Everything's just in full-out churn mode. Where is that factory? I know he has one. Aha, I found it. So now 2-2's done for Neeb. He's doing the best defense, a good offense. He needs to pick off the Banelings that are almost done. Run. Oh my god, no mana split. Oh my god.
Yeah, that had to be a lift situation, and he didn't. So he eats it again. You can't bleed Gosu User dry with this. He's on 4 bases. He doesn't care if he wastes Banelings. He's going to just keep throwing them at you.
I mean, this is one of these odd situations where as Terran, you actually want a little bit more time to build stuff up. Or you want mines, or you want tanks. I mean, this sort of answer, this like Hellbat Marine thing, oddly is destroyed by exactly what we're seeing. Mass Baneling. There's no AoE.
What?
No amount of splitting can save you.
This is insanity. There's like 50 Banelings on the map. Huge detonations go off. Efficiency is not on Gosu User's schedule today, is it?
You know, Totalbiscuit, I do not think that there is really any way that Neeb style can combat against just pure, plain old mass baneling.
No, well, not without mines, not without tanks. He's got neither of them. I don't think he learned from that game.
One shots it. And you know, I think the most telling aspect is if you look at the units lost tab, Gosu User is doubling Neeb in amount lost. He is specifically aiming for
showboating.
Neeb with the GG.
Yeah, Neeb's got a GG. There it is. Doesn't allow his opponent to get the satisfaction of finishing him off with the Banelings. Oh, well, that's unfortunate because it showed that Neeb just wasn't quite... He didn't have enough time to really adapt to his opponent's style. He loses game 1 to exactly the same thing. And his game 2, still no mines, still no tanks. He's like, if at first you don't succeed, try again. But Ghost User just did it this time even better. And rolls in with a... It's an entire traveling 3-ring circus worth of Banelings that just obliterates everything. Oh, man. Well, there you go. Gosu User showing why he's so formidable, and he, of course, will also advance through to the round of 8. Unfortunate for Neeb, he now goes out in the round of 16, but I think he's proven a point here. He played some great games, but falling apart at the end there, unfortunately. Maybe his lack of experience in tournament play showing there, but a lot of potential from this guy.
Yeah, I mean, we're also getting the opportunity to see, damn, mass Baneling is so good against a player who does not have mines or tanks. I mean, just so good.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Really stunning.
Yeah, it was great. It was really, really well played by Gosu User in that respect. He absolutely owned it up. He obliterated his opponent in the best possible way with lots of Banelings, which is always fun. So, that means that we now know 4 of the 8 players who will advance through to the round of 8 SHOUTcraft, and it is actually getting to be quite the stack already. We're starting to separate the wheat from the chaff here, and what we now know is that Roots Puck and Minigun will now be joined by FXO Drunken Boy and Millennium Gosu User.
That is going to be awesome. I am super thrilled to see how the rest of SHOUTcraft America pans out as, you know, heading into the playoffs in about a week and a half's time. But of course, it was an absolute pleasure casting with you today, Totalbiscuit, and I hope to do more so soon.
Pleasure is all mine. I believe there is a possibility of another cast from you at some point, but it's dependent on how terrible you are at Magic the Gathering.
That is true. I'm playing in the Magic the Gathering Dragon's Maze Pro Tour next week. So, you know, you have to go X and 4 or better on day 1 to advance to day 2. Then you have to be in top 8 to go on to day 3. So, if I'm not there on day 3, I'll totally have free time to cast Totalbiscuit.
Always good to know. Right, well, thank you very much, Sean, of course. Everyone follow him on Twitter if you're not already, which would be really weird if you weren't already. That's at Day9TV. You can, of course, check him out at twitch.tv/Day9TV and your website, Day9TV.
That is right. If you just type in Day9TV in some permutation anywhere on the internet, I'm sure I'll show up. Maybe I even have a music page on MySpace.
Man, I think I still have my MySpace page. I have no idea what's on it. In fact, I probably don't want to know what's on it. It's probably for the best.
It's just try to be all cool and put the Portal music theme song.
Oh god, I still have one.
Right when it loads up.
Jesus, I still have one. I'm looking at it right now. I don't think there's anything incriminating on it, but that's terrible. Oh, Jesus.
If you guys could find that and just post it in the chat, that would be fantastic.
It's okay. I don't think there's really a lot that I would be embarrassed by here. This looks okay. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Perfect. Get ready to troll TB. Without any further ado.
On my MySpace page. Jesus, no, not that. Anything but that. God, do you want my Bebo link as well? I can give you that.
Let me connect with you on Friendster.
I can give you the phone number so you can log into my BBS, Sean.
Just send it to me via my ICQ number. Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, I think we're about done. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for watching Group B of SHOUTcraft America. It's been an absolutely fantastic day. Thank you, Sean, for co-casting, and big thanks go out to Jenna Bain for dealing with the brackets, as well as pretty much doing everything that this tournament required. It is, of course, her tournament. And, ooh, we're having a bit of a dip in the stream. Can we get it back? Yeah, it's just going to drop frames. We'll be back. It's all right. It'll be back up in a second. There we go. Just a bit of a dip. Also, big thanks. I was like, oh, God, please don't crash. Please don't die. We also, of course, would like to thank Zook for all of his graphic design work for this particular tournament. Very much appreciated. Thank you very much for that. Big thanks to Vaqueth for adminning today. And big thanks as well to USA StarCraft for the Zuzu Bubble parody, as well as Mind Time with Artosis. That is much appreciated. You can check him out on YouTube. USA StarCraft. It's quite the channel. It's one of my favorites, along with Carbot, of course. And big thanks to our players who put on an absolutely fantastic showing today. And thanks to our foreign language co-casters who have done a stellar job of entertaining the masses. We had Cheesehead Logic, Pedroka, in StarCraft.de, and the RG, casting in, I believe, 3 or 4 different languages. Really, really cool. All right, folks, you have been watching SHOUTcraft America. We'll be back tomorrow. Yes, I know, I'm a glutton for punishment. Group C is tomorrow. What is in Group C? I can tell you what's in Group C. Great games from Kane, Massa, Suppy, and Hello Kitty. That's a group of death if I ever saw one. Good stuff. We're done, folks. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time. Good night.